Hey everyone, welcome to FilmSnobbery Live. I am your host, Nic Baisley, and I'm joined tonight by our co-host, Jerry Cavallaro. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi! It's Jerry, everyone. And we're actually hearing a lot from Jerry tonight because our show is going to be kind of just a kind of chat show, an old school style. We didn't have a guest for tonight, and we didn't want to kind of go to the trouble of finding one because I don't get a chance to talk to Jerry all that much on camera, so we figured it'd be cool to talk about a few different topics. We also felt that because we're running out of shows here on the East Coast, because I'm moving to Los Angeles in 2 weeks. So we figured, hey,
I'm not.
You're not, yeah. So, but that actually brings to mind exactly what I wanted to talk about, and with you specifically, Jerry, is and the audience as well. I wanted to talk about collaboration. I wanted to talk about why. I want to talk about kind of like why you and I actually work well together, and I guess maybe I should preface that by asking you. Do you think we work well together?
For some reason we do.
And what do you attribute it to?
The bonds of friendship?
Fuck that. No, I think that a lot of it has to do with the fact that you and I don't live together and that we spend a lot of time apart. And I think that keeps our friendship fresh, but I also think that it keeps me from killing you. Because it's hard to collaborate with a dead person.
Okay. That's an interesting insight. So you're saying that if we lived together, so if I came out to LA with you and was on your couch, we would not be able to collaborate together as well as we do now?
I think it would depend on the amount of time that you decided that you were going to be on the couch. So, like, if you were going to be, it'd be different, like, if we lived in an apartment and you had, like, your own space, but, like, that would be fine, because you could at least, like, go to your room, as it were. Whereas, like, if you're just crashing in my place, or, like, when we're in a hotel room or something together, and, like, our plans intersect, like, I have no choice but to take you with me somewhere or something like that, you know what I mean? That's when I want you to die.
Or, like, when we're in a car for 32 hours driving to Orlando.
Exactly. When that happens, you need to die. I
hope you fucking dies in that Walmart.
Like, I so want, when you're in that Walmart, I wake up from my little nap.
And you're like, maybe I should drive away.
Yeah, totally. I'm just like, it would take so little to just drive, just to go and leave you here. And
then I text you and I'm just like, I'm picking up some candy, and you're like, okay, I'll let him come this time.
Yeah, it's like you get one more, you know what I mean? And actually someone, it looks like Devin Watson was saying, is Justin TV broke, having issues logging into the chat? Yeah, folks, if for some reason...
I don't think there is even is there a show? Are there people that are able... Devin, if you're watching, could you tweet us and let us know that the show is playing? Because I can't get the show to, like, actually show up on my screen. Like, I can't watch any of the video.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead real quick, and I'm going to see if I can get to our actual Justin TV, what do you call it there? Our Justin TV page, and see if it's broadcasting from there, because it could just be an issue with their delivery system, like their embed, because I haven't changed anything, so it's definitely them, and we seem to be recording fine on our end, so. We'll just see what happens here. Waiting for Justin TV to load on that side. While we're waiting, though, it looks like, let's see here. All right. Yeah, it's weird. We all in the long history of FilmSnobbery Live over the past couple of years, one thing this show has definitely become known for is having ridiculous amounts of technical issues. And most of them are not our fault. And I hate that. And I'm looking forward to going to a place where...
there's so many more things that you could screw up on your own.
Totally, exactly. I mean, I love to go to a place where somehow I can be the asshole. So, yeah, I'm not even able to get to, let's see, Justin TV / I don't know if it's Justin TV / FilmSnobbery or FilmSnobbery Live. You might have to help me out with that.
Why don't you try both?
I am. I'm actually trying both right now. Yeah, their page...
This is riveting stuff for the people watching the
archive. It's riveting, isn't it?
This is a thriller.
Yeah, I think
really solve the issue.
Well, I think Justin TV is down, and if that's the case, whatever. We still have a show to do, so we're going to continue to talk.
What was great is that tonight was going to be the show where we have the audience call in and discuss what the audience wants.
Yeah, pretty much. So I guess
it's good that we don't have a guest, because then you'd have to be like, yeah, there's no show right now, but there'll be an archive.
Yeah, totally. And it looks like, I'm sure that this is, let's see here. Okay, yeah, nothing important. I thought I had a direct message on Twitter too, and obviously not. So anyways, regarding collaboration, like, do you find it difficult, because you're both a writer and a director, do you find it difficult to collaborate with people, like to take what other people say to heart when you're creating something?
Not if I don't think their idea is, like, that good. Like, I mean, if it's a good idea, I run with it. But if it's like a really stupid idea, sometimes that hurts.
Now,
like, expanding and ending in an unnecessary way, or throwing in stuff for the sake of, like, that's what producers will like.
Right.
Not to get specific or anything.
No, not to get specific or anything. But I mean, like, what is your criteria for saying whether or not something is good or bad? Like, I mean, do you, what is your, what, like, I mean, do you look at it as, oh, well, it either fits or doesn't fit it either fits or doesn't fit what the story calls for, or that it doesn't, or is it mostly just personal taste, or, I mean, how do you divorce yourself from the decision?
Well, like, I mean, I've received some really terrible feedback. Like, I'll just be honest, open and honest with this, with Funny Devils, right? It was recently optioned by a director, Nick Peterson, and he's been getting some feedback from producers, so he's been sending me some of the feedback, and he's like, maybe we should listen to this, and some of the ideas have been kind of good. Some have actually, like this, I think the script is much stronger now than when he optioned it, based on feedback we've gotten and based on some of his feedback. But some of the ideas were garbage. Like, they were really, like, they didn't make any sense. They didn't fit the film. Like, it was changing what the film was, and it would have, like, and it wasn't even for the better. Like, it wasn't even, like, to make it more like, the idea was just a really bad idea that didn't make sense. Mm-hmm. But I was able to, like, kind of tweak it and then play around with it, and then I fit it in by changing some other things, and it actually made it stronger. But it, like, the original idea, like, the criticism was like I'm trying to think of, like, a specific example of it, but, like, there was just, like, one weird idea where they were like, well, why don't you do this? And that was what one of the producers said to him. So he was just like, well, why don't we try doing this? And I was like, I don't see any reason for doing this. But then I played around with that idea, and I expanded on it. I kind of was like, well, what I can do this if I do this, and it kind of made sense in that way. And I actually ended up liking how it turned out.
Right.
But the original feedback just didn't make sense for the way the script was.
Right.
And but if I'm kind of good with that. Like, I'm willing to take feedback, even if I don't think it's that good, and just try to make sense of it.
Now here's.
That's why there's so many drafts of the script. Some of the drafts, like, really aren't good, but they led to better things.
But here's the thing. So you're already, I mean, what the story you were just telling was basically about a movie that you've already written. So, it's been optioned, and now you're basically doing rewrites based upon feedback. What about if you are in the process of writing something, a new idea? Like, have you ever... I mean, with the exception, I know you come to me, obviously, and, like, we chat, but now, what about, like, actually, while you're going through the creative process, like, do you look at it...
Rewriting is the part of the creative process.
Yeah, but you're already working with something at that point. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like you're starting from fucking page fade in page one. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, do you feel more guarded against feedback because there's not even anything on the page yet, or do you feel more of like you're more open to feedback or opinion because?
To be honest, I don't know. I'm kind of more open to feedback. Well, I wouldn't say more open because I am open to feedback no matter like what. But like here's what I do. I don't know if like other writers do this, but like even when I was doing the rewrites on Funny Devils, like and I would do this from page one also. I'll write it my way. I'll write it their way. So if I'm getting feedback that I don't necessarily agree with, I'll write my version of it, and then I'll write their version of it. And then if they're open to reading both, I'll send them both. And then if not, like I'll give them the version that that has the feedback they wanted, and I'll just keep the other version for myself. Like I was doing that again with some of the feedback I was getting from Nick. I was when I was doing the rewrites, like there are like so many different drafts of Funny Devil saved on my computer, and like sometimes it would just have like a few lines changed.
Right.
And that would be like just saved as a different draft because I'm like I like the way like this is phrased better, and this one they like this one better. So I think during the original when I'm starting the script, like starting from page one with a new script and new idea, I would write my way and then I'll write it their way. Like I'm really open to collaboration and stuff, and especially like if their way gets the movie made, like if their way gets money in our hands to actually make the movie, then I'm open to going their way with it as long as I can like kind of make it fit. Like as long as it like fits in some way. Like if their suggestion was like this movie is really good where there's psycho killers chasing these people, but at the end I think aliens should kidnap them.
Right.
Then I'll be like, no, that's retarded. That doesn't make any sense.
Or like a giant spider in the third act.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you could work with it and it doesn't like really hinder the film and it doesn't really it may not add to the film, but if it doesn't take away from the film, I'm willing to take the feedback, take the suggestions, and go with it. Like I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The current draft of Funny Devils, I actually like the previous draft a little bit better. And the only real difference is there's an extension at the end. And I've been honest with the director of the film. I've been honest with like some of the producers you talked to, and I'm like, I like this version better. But if this version is the one that we're gonna get made, let's go with this one because it's not a bad ending. It's just I like the other one a little bit more.
Right.
So, but it's collaboration. I know that if this script is picked and we end up making this movie, it's still going to change from the way the script is right now.
Oh, sure.
The actors are going to make changes to it. We'll probably have to make changes due to the special effects. Whatever producers we come on board are going to want to make changes to it. So the filmmaking is a creative and collaborative process, like 100%. Unless you're making the film 100% by yourself, where it's starring you and you're the only crew and like it's a really boring movie about you talking to your camera alone, then you can go nuts and do whatever, but it's always going to be collaborative.
Or if you make a movie...
If you bring another person on board, it's collaborative.
Right.
So, and that's why I kind of like, that's one of the things I like about shooting digital is that it's a lot cheaper than, burning film stock and stuff, because with digital, you can have all these different takes of different versions of something. Like, that's one of the great things, that you can have so many variations of things. So even when you're shooting something, you can have the actors say a line 10 different ways. You can throw in different lines and stuff. So the collaboration doesn't end until like you have a finished edit of the film.
Right.
And even then, people have been re-releasing films and director's cuts, DVDs and shit. So the film is like constantly going through changes, and it's constantly a collaborative process.
Fair enough. That was a very long explanation for a very short question.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to fill an hour.
I understand. Good call. And by the way, we did get confirmation. It looks like Justin TV is a bit on the fritz, but if you go to justin.tv/FilmSnobbery, you can at least view the stream, although the chat room on Justin TV seems to be down. So
You could tweet us your questions.
You could tweet us. That's a very good idea, Jerome. You could tweet us at twitter.com/filmsnobbery or twitter.com/getstuck. Now, one of the things we wanted to kind of talk about, I guess, too, was, we're moving, or by we, I mean FilmSnobbery, not you, is moving, Jerry. And, we're leaving in 2 weeks, hopping in the car. My car's actually finally being repaired as we speak. I'm so happy because I want my car back, basically. And I'm really looking forward to kind of, getting it packed and starting to get, get everything kind of together for the move. So I guess my question is, when we get to LA, what do you feel, Jerry, is the first thing we should do?
I like how the whole thing you were like, I'm moving, but not Jerry's moving. But when we get to LA, what should we do, Jerry? The way you phrased it just made it sound like...
I know. It's I'm always so about the royal we, because I've got so many plans in my head of stuff that I want to accomplish with FilmSnobbery.
I'm like that too. Even I'm just like, oh yeah, we're working on releasing stuff like Chuck, and I'm like, no, I'm working. I'm literally the only person doing that.
It's literally called...
Because we just makes it sound like, oh, you have other people.
Right. Jerry and I were...
There's collaboration.
Jerry and I were talking last night, 5 o'clock in the morning. We're in fits of giggles, where we're just like, I would love to make a movie with Jerry, because it would be like a FilmSnobbery Productions LLC production of...
what was it? My own productions.
In association
with FilmSnobbery.
Right, in association with... Because Jerry's production company is called On My Own Productions. So, that to me is... That was gold. Gold, Jerry, gold!
Yeah, that's worth investing $100,000 into making our comedy action thriller idea.
Suspense crime.
At 5 a.m.
Oh yeah, totally. The best ideas came last night around between 3 and 5 a.m. where Jerry and I were just throwing shit out about stuff. And honestly, I don't want us to talk about the ideas.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't do that, because it's actually a pretty decent idea.
It is. I
might be coming up with a greeting card company.
Yeah, there's that one too. I totally, it's funny, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, well, it's okay, because I have it all recorded. But yeah.
Do you ever go back and actually listen to those conversations?
No, never.
No, never?
I have 500 hours of conversation recorded. And I'm like, I need to go back and listen to this and categorize this.
I would love to hear the first conversation you and I ever had on Skype.
I have that.
I know you do, and that's why I'm saying I would love to hear it at some point. You should send it to me so we could just hear the awkwardness.
I should cut together a best of Nic and Jerry off-air audio series.
I was gonna say I wonder how long we could do a podcast for, how many years a podcast we could have that would run based on old conversations you and I had. It's an hour-long podcast, but all of the shit we talk about has already happened.
Oh yeah.
It's all it's 2-3 years in the past, until the point where it finally catches up.
The first couple of seasons of it will be I feel big things are happening for stuff like Chuck. I know it.
No. And then the next year's, man, so many great things are going to be happening for stuff like Chuck 2.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole year of us discussing how great this movie is going to be. The one that I'm still working.
And then not only that, your descent into darkness. Every time I talk to you, you just get...
where I just wasn't even on Twitter or anything.
Oh yeah, you just get progressively more depressed,
I should just cut that together and then just transcribe that and release a book.
No kidding, right?
The real life of an indie filmmaker.
Oh, totally. Although we'll have to, there's a lot of shit you'd have to cut out from our conversations that are, let's call it, personal.
And we're like, fuck Deadhole, fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy, fuck all this stuff, and fuck this lady, and all these other people. When
Did you see the trailer for that guy's new movie?
Oh,
that sucked. It's gonna be horrible.
What a fucking piece of garbage.
And then a year later, it's holy shit, I can't believe that guy's in Hollywood.
Yeah, it is kind of it is funny to kind of go back and listen to yourself in the moment, you know what I mean? Yeah, so anyways, so we're back to my question. What do you think is the first thing that I should do when I bring FilmSnobbery to Los Angeles?
Yeah, that was
a question.
Yeah. What's the first thing you should do? Eat an In-N-Out burger.
Okay, I can see that.
I would literally just try to make a name for yourself down there. Like, kind of like...
Like, how would you do that?
Like, just go...
Like, should I be like a Black
Go
Dahlia
where the
killer?
people are, man. No, I would try to go to like screenings and stuff down there and just socialize with as many like-minded people as you can that you can bring onto the show and try to bring like a new audience to the show, because now you're going to be like kind of where so many indie filmmakers are, and a lot of people don't realize this, but tons of indie filmmakers are in LA.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They flock to LA because they think they're going to be accepted into Hollywood, and that doesn't happen too often.
Yeah. I love that we have our foot kind of in, our feet kind of in both worlds. Like, I get invited to a lot of industry stuff, and by industry I mean like the Hollywood industry stuff already, but I just don't, I'm not there, so I can't go to a lot of it, but yet we also do so much, in the way of indie film stuff, and I'm looking forward to connecting out, with those people out there, like Zach and, Bill and all those kind of people, Ty, Destry, Daron, Amber, I mean, there's so many people. Mike Rotman, if you guys have never watched Mike Rotman's Stupid for Movies from Streaming Garage, great show, great set of shows. Good guy, Kevin Pollak Chat Show, all that kind of stuff. He produces that as well. I mean, there's so many people out there. It's like I know them, but I've never met them. I mean, I just recently met Zach Forsman, and I was just like, Zach Forsman, And
it's then you're worse in person, Nick.
And then, like, out of the fucking shadows, Gregory Bain stepped in. I was like, Gregory Bain! That was a moment for me. I really, where I kind of felt like a little...
You're going to walk into a bar, and it's going to be like Nathan Cole, Blaine Weaver, Paul Osborne, Chris Gore. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no kidding, right? Like, I'm sitting there and I'm just like,
Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming?
Is this my show? Like, is this where I go to hell? Like, when I die, is my personal hell, like, just every person I've ever interviewed is somehow...
Just goes up and they're like, you did nothing for my career, Nick.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that's exactly what it is. Awesome. And Zach, speaking of Zach Forsman, Zach says, it's a film snobbery thing. Justin.tv is having issues. Go to http justin.tv/filmsnobbery. Chat won't work, but stream
that out too
is fine.
Well, no one will pay attention to.
Well, why don't you go ahead and throw that out there, because I'm obviously yes.
Did you just send that out to Zach Forsman?
Yes, I did. And Dolly says, witnessing film snobbery sans the chat. I'm in my underwear. Good times. Yes, it is. So
it's always good times when you're in your underwear.
If I could do this show in my underwear, like if I was fit,
I'm doing it in my underwear right now.
I know you are. I figured like one of us is. 50% of film snobbery is in their underwear right now. If I had like a decent body, like if I felt confident in my body, I would totally do like an underwear show. Like I totally would do that. But the problem is that
I didn't feel comfortable in my body, and I did underwear for my Indiegogo pitch video.
I remember
that blew up big time. So maybe you shouldn't feel comfortable.
That's true. Jerry in his underwear is very funny. Like in underwear in general. Like Jerry and I have shared a hotel room on a couple of occasions now, and you should have seen like the first time. Like I was changing, but I was changing kind of in front of him, and I don't think anything of it because in my mind it's like the gym mentality. Like guys in a gym, they just shower in front of each other, they change. It's just a locker room mentality, So I don't think anything of it. And it's funny because Jerry seemed like really uncomfortable, and I was just like, really? And it's funny because you have a brother on top of it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I would think
I don't watch him change either.
To me, like
have separate rooms.
Yeah, but I mean, at some point in your lives, I would have to assume that it's like because you grew up with guys.
Naked, right?
Well, not like that, but I'm just saying, like, you.
And the funny thing, I was in the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, see, there you go. No, but
I still remember there was this one time, it was so weird, in the Boy, we had to do, because there was like the summer camp where you can go for a week and get like extra merit badges and shit like that. It was like, they have like this place that like all the Boy Scouts from like New York, New Jersey, they all go to this one place for the summer camp. And there's the pool like area, and there's like all these nerve edge you can pool. And I still remember like everyone is kind of uncomfortable changing, but like everyone like wears a bathing suit like underneath the scout uniform pants.
Right.
Because you have to show up everywhere in your scout uniform, but then you can change there to whatever you need for the activity.
Right.
And like I remember like everyone just pulls their pants and they all have like the bathing suit on underneath. And there's just one kid who just pulls his pants down, completely naked, and he's just walking around. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, obviously, his parents taught him no shame. But the other funny part about that too is like, not only do you grew up with a brother, but you also grew up with your dad and stuff like that. So you had guys around. I didn't
watch him change either.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I never, I didn't grow up with like guys around. Like, so like for me, you would think it'd be like extra uncomfortable. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. It's just maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm the strange one. But, and it wasn't like, now to be fair, it wasn't like I was whipping my dick out. Like, I had boxers on, so it wasn't even like briefs. I was wearing boxers. And so, like, I didn't think anything of it, so it was just, because what are boxers basically are, they're like swimming, what are they, the swimming
they're like
trunks?
Short bathing suits.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. I don't think about it. But, so...
I mean, I don't really mind. It's just, it was like so like a suit, you like just pull your pants down.
All right. It wasn't right when we got there. Don't make it sound like I got in the room and I was just like, so, Jerry, zip.
The guy who showed us the room is still there, Nick.
I was like, I told you to...
Here's your tip.
I was going to say, I told you to tip him. Oh, I love it. And speaking of hotels, we've always had decent hotels. Like that Portofino was the shit.
Yeah.
What was the other one we stayed at?
Clarify that we don't pay. Like we have decent hotels when we don't pay, and when we do have to pay, we sleep in the car.
That's true. Yeah, we're very cheap that way. Also broke. Would you call it cheap or broke?
Choke.
Choke? We're cheap and broke.
We're choked. Yeah.
We're choked. There we go. Yeah, it's. I mean. Sleeping in the car sucks, but it's like an acceptable, alternative. I don't know. Like it's funny. Like I'm looking at my trip that I'm going to be taking out west. I'm starting in like central Massachusetts. I'm going to drive like 2-3 hours to a friend's house in Troy, New York, and then I'm driving to another friend's place out in Albany, New York, and then I'm going to Worcester, Ohio, to visit another friend, and then another friend, group of friends in Chicago. Just to get to that point, that's like going to be like a 2-day trip right there because of all the stops. You know what I mean? Like I'll probably stay overnight in Ohio because of it's my friend, and I know we're going to get out and probably get wasted, and I don't want to drive drunk, obviously. And then when I get to Chicago, I know enough people in Chicago where it's like, man, maybe I should. Take a little bit extra time here, especially like I have some friends that are getting married in June, I think, June or July, in Chicago that I'd really like to go see. And I'm trying to set something up with them, but I haven't been able to get a hold of them, so kind of a pain in the ass. But, and then once I go there, then I'm heading south to Kansas, Manhattan, Kansas, to visit my other good friend Paul Bassetti, filmmaker. We've had him on the show. He's also kind of co-hosted and been an extra on Things I Didn't Learn in Film School, which I would love to hear more of. Hopefully, if Francis Abbey and Jerry Dennis and Paul Bassetti all hear this.
They invited me on that show. They're like, when we come back, I'm going to have you on the show. And I think that might be one of the reasons why they haven't come back in. That was like a year ago.
I want that. I totally want. I love listening to them because it's people I like and I respect, and
they have good ideas.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's usually a really good show. It's like one of the only other film shows that I can listen to for an extended period of time, and not just because we put it out, like we produce it. It's just because I love the people involved. You know what I mean? And it's not just like the typical interview show kind of. I mean, I hate to say we're typical, but we kind of are. The only thing that kind of sets us apart from a lot of other shows is the fact that we do video. But even then, just due to our...
I think our personalities added something to the table.
Personality, that always helps.
Like Conan's just another interview show, but it's Conan. So...
That is true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I like a lot of the little sketches and stuff they do too. Yeah, all right, I'll go with that.
But all the shows are the same. Like Jimmy Fallon, Leno, Kimmel, Letterman. They have the opening monologue, they have the sketch, they have the interview and stuff. It's all really based on the personality of the person hosting. Craig Ferguson, I shouldn't leave him out, but he's great.
I agree with that. I hear you. All right. Well, cool beans. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we bring to the table. We bring video and our charming personalities.
Yes, my charming
Which
personality.
I'm not bringing to the table anymore because you fired me.
Yeah. You always have to make it seem so harsh. Like I shit-canned you hard. Like I made the call.
You did. You literally shit. The day you came back from, I'm like, hey, how was Sundance? You're like, good, you're fired.
And I was like, yeah, we need to talk.
Yeah, and I was like, talk good, talk bad. You were like, oh, good. For me.
Yeah, I was like Jerry, I love you, but I want to see other co-hosts. Totally. But anyways, so after I leave, Kansas, I'm going to Colorado Springs, and then Colorado Springs to Vegas to LA. I had an offer to go to San Francisco, but I think I might have to put that off for maybe a weekend trip or something like that. Because it's something I really want to do, and people I don't really want to see.
Stuck in Vegas.
But if I were stuck in Vegas, I would be with our friends. I would be with Sean and Charlotte.
True.
So I wouldn't hate that.
Well, hey, you end up stuck in Vegas. Like you go to Vegas and you're like, well, let me turn this Indiegogo money into double the money.
5,000 on red, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna take a chance on the indie film community.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, 5,000 on red. It's like, oh, left. Oh, fuck. And then you're like, and then you'll have to do that shameful video, and you're like, okay, everybody,
we have another.
I lost all of your money. I haven't even gotten to LA yet.
That would be funny.
It's going to look good for FilmSnobbery. I've had to sell the domain for a place to stay.
I sold the business.
Weekly, that's when most of our audience turns to each other. It's just like, told you.
Well, I'll go ahead and I'm going to put up right here on the show right now our little Indiegogo. There we go. Boom, Indiegogo. Little
great way to
graphic.
segue into a pitch. Me saying that you're gonna lose all the money in Vegas. And
yeah.
Like, oh yeah, ha ha ha. Everyone donates money to Vegas.
No. It's actually, and the graphic on this is actually out of date. We're actually doing a lot better than what was it at 1,500 before? I think we're at Jerry, get me a live count, but I think we're at
right now.
Nice.
Indiegogo.com/moving forward.
Yes.
$1,895.
Booyaka.
Days left.
Yep.
B
Indie. You just added that at the end, didn't you?
Yeah, because I saw B Indie
nice.
on the screen.
Nice. B Indie. Yeah, man. So
that should be something we say, since that's the shirts and everything.
I would think that would be. Well, we do say it, but I mean, do you think that should be the sign off of the show? Kevin Smith has
JerryCavallaro.com or StuckLikeTruck.com. I should say B Indie.
Exactly. So just be it should be it's instead of Kevin Smith going all right, everyone have a week. It should be remember kids, B Indie. Type of deal. You know what I mean?
Usually you end up saying same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because
that hasn't been done to death already.
But the problem is, or rather the thing is that Batman is universal to everybody. Everybody loves Batman. Who doesn't love Batman? You can insert Batman into absolutely any conversation. Or something in the Batman mythos. You could be having a discussion about someone, and it's just yeah, well, you heard his dad died. I'm and he's going to be Batman. To avenge his father. It's
Batman and Jesus.
Batman and Jesus? Is that a...
No, I said Batman then Jesus.
Batman then Jesus, then Martin Luther King Jr. I don't know where we went with that.
Is it? You were saying how Batman is universal. I think what was it that I was surprised? I think they said it was Super Mario is the most recognized person worldwide. Or it was because Batman was on the list. There was a list of the most recognized
right
people throughout the world, and it was mostly fictional people.
It always made me giggle. There was that one what was it, Morgan Spurlock's Super Size Me, where there's that one scene where he is showing a bunch of pictures of brands to kids.
Yeah.
and like Jesus comes up, he's like, I don't know who that is, you know,
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald, kid,
And then they
freaking
show,
knows it,
yeah, Ronald McDonald there.
kid knows it cold. That's funny. I mean, because I used to eat a lot of McDonald's. I don't eat as much anymore, and I wouldn't say because of that movie, but I think that just because of a lot of different factors. But I think that movie did, you know, contribute. But the whole thing is just like, I used to know that menu cold, right to left, left to right. Like, you know, it's just like
Well, the problem is they're always changing it too.
McRib. Remember the McRib, sir?
Oh, that was fun.
I know, like, Jerry and I have a great conversation, a little back and forth from when we went to a Panda Express one time together in Orlando. But we have just as great a story for the McRib.
I wouldn't say it's just as great a story.
It's less disgusting.
Yeah, like, what was the story? We just basically, we kept saying, we gotta go to McDonald's, we gotta go to, finally we found McDonald's in a Walmart. And we were like, well, I'm so hungry I can eat at a McDonald's in a Walmart, so we went there. And like, they had a special, it was like, buy one McRib, get one for $1. So I got 2 McRibs, because I've never had the McRib before, and you're like, you have to have it. And because I kept saying, like, we have to get a McRib, because like, they don't have them.
And you got 2 of them.
Yeah, it was buy one, get one for $1. So I said, of course I got 2.
But now you didn't. Why do I have a recollection that you didn't feel good afterwards, or like
We both rushed to the bathroom.
Okay, so that recollection is pretty correct. Okay.
Yeah, but it was delicious though. But yeah, now it's getting to the disgusting territory. But like,
So should we just?
I came out and I was like, it was green.
That's right. That's right.
And we're like, flying through.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Yeah, happy Patrick's Day, everybody. Enjoy a McRib and a Shamrock Shake. And when it's green, you'll be like, I guess it was the Shamrock Shake. No. It's a McRib.
Not at all. And the other story, have we actually ever?
Went into detail on the Panda Express. I don't know. That one was.
That was a little extreme. But the funny part.
Free for air.
I don't know though. Like the payoff of that though, not just with the bathroom thing, but like the other part, like the texting. And then later on at the theater, like that for me brings that story together and makes it worth it. But I think it might be a little much for the audience, even though I just pretty much told the whole story.
Yeah, now like the audience is like, oh, we want to hear this story. And they're like, no, suckers. Didn't we go into detail? Oh no, we didn't.
I don't remember.
When we came back, I don't know. We might have.
I'll tell you what, we're at $1,895. If we get, by the end of the show, if we get the other $5 to get us to $1,900, we will tell the disgusting story of the Panda Express adventure.
I'll really feel like Louis C.K. then.
Yes.
It's like, give us some money and I'll tell you a dirty joke.
It totally is, right? That's what this is. I mean, we never charge for our podcast, so I think that you know, basically, if you want to, it's almost like if you want to hear the good parts of the stories that we're going to tell, you got to give money. So, but no, we've got some great plans coming out to LA. One of the things, we are going to start our screening series back up. We have a few things lined up for that as well to kind of hopefully bring in not only audiences but great movies as well. So I'm looking forward to developing that. Jerry and I have been talking a lot about something that Jerry and I have been talking a lot about. I'm hoping that Jerry will start contributing more on the site in terms of like editorial and stuff, because I laid out to him a bit of our plan going forward for the website as well, and he kind of seemed to dig that too. It sucks that like I can't go into full detail on all of the plans, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because as much as I want to, because it's just like I can't give stuff away while it's not done.
It's a secret.
Well, it's not even a secret. It's just like I'm one of those people, like I don't like making promises
You don't
for
even know
things.
if it's gonna work.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, I know they'll happen, but I don't want to make promises or say things that I can't back up. You're like, I'm just not that guy. So I'll.
Unless it's like talking to me, where you're like, yeah, buy the domain. We'll have the website running in 2 months, and I've had the domain for a year and a half.
Oh, that one. Yeah. But no, unbeknownst to even you, Jerry, I have made headway with that. I really have. Like, I've done a lot of research on it. I've talked to other people about it to gauge interest from the general populace. I've looked at different solutions on the tech side of things. What I'm going to do, my plan is, I'll tell you exactly, we have to be vague as to what the project is, but I'll tell Jerry kind of the thing, so he'll get it. My plan is when I get out to LA, I'm going to find a programmer to work with, and then I'm also going to, while I'm there, create a business plan that I'm then going to pitch to a venture capital incubator. And I think at that point we will get something that I think will work, because unfortunately, folks, this isn't a project I want to do for free, because I know it's going to be it's going to make money, and I want to make sure that when we launch, it has everything it needs to succeed as strong as we want it to. So there. But yeah, and
Sounds good.
One thing
Maybe I'll actually make money on one of my ideas, son.
Exactly. We can make money on our ideas.
What?
Yes. Huh?
You went out for like a second. I said maybe I'll finally make money on one of my ideas then.
Yes, and I said, yes, maybe we'll make money on one of our ideas.
It was my idea.
What?
I suggested it, and then we expanded it.
What? Who said expanded? So, yeah. Anyways, but I'm looking forward to like seeing a bunch of you guys out there. More, I want to see our new studio. This might surprise you guys. I have not seen our new studio yet, because it's just not. I haven't been there. I'm told we have a studio to use, and I've been told about some of the cool equipment
Did they take
and stuff.
pictures of it for you?
I'm still waiting for that. I think our buddy Bill has been a little busy, so I haven't had an opportunity.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. No, he's been really busy. It was funny. I was talking to him, and he the last 2 times I talked to him, he's been on set at a TV show that I actually watch. So I was just like, that's cool.
Can you confirm the cast members, please?
No.
No, you should be like, okay, we all know that you're a big success and you have a successful crowdfunding campaign. You're going to make an awesome short. But really, you got to send us pictures of the studio.
I am looking forward to seeing what happens with Jedi Camp, because that looks like a good idea. Yeah, it'll be good stuff. And hold on a second.
That's cool. I just got a tweet from 8-Bit St. Louis.
Oh, yeah?
Remember I was telling you about that bar that they're working on? In,
yeah. Let's talk about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I go into a little bit of detail. I don't have a link, but you'll have to just look it up on Kickstarter, though. But there's this bar. It's going to be St. Louis's first geek bar. And they're going to have, like, board games. They're going to have, like, 15 or 20 classic arcade games, like Pac-Man and stuff in there. It's going to have, like, an 8-bit motif. And the place is actually called 8-bit. And it's like it seems like a really cool place that like it would be like a fun place to hang out if I was in St. Louis. And I found out about it because Kevin Smith actually donated $200 and tweeted about it. And he donated the money and said, "Name a shitter after me." So they're going to do that. They're going to name a bathroom stall after him. And so now they have a Kickstarter campaign going. And the campaign went from like a few thousand all the way up to like $9,000 or something, just based on like in one day kind of, or like 2 days because of what Kevin Smith, tweeted about. So I found out about him. So I followed them and they got back to me and they were like, we'd love to get we're going to do a movie night when the bar is like, if we reach our goal and the bar is set up, we want to screen like indie films. That would be good for our audience, like a geek movie night.
It's funny. Just real quick, too, I want to bring up, because now we're talking a little bit about crowdfunding, not only our campaign, but other people's. I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but Indiegogo changed their website recently. Like, they did a whole site-wide upgrade. Jerry, you've had a chance to look at it, right?
Briefly. I did stick into the old format.
Yeah? Well, I don't think you have a choice now. I think they force you to the new one.
Oh, I haven't. Well, actually, I just went and looked in your campaign. So yeah, it is the new one.
Yeah, because they used to send you to beta.indiegogo.com. Now it fully redirects over to Indiegogo.com.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty similar. I mean, it's just a little bit, the color scheme is different of it. Their logo looks a little different.
What's your overall kind of thing? Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't understand from a functional perspective why Kickstarter is so much more popular than Indiegogo, but I definitely think that Indiegogo has, it's almost like they have an identity crisis. Like I look at their logo and to me, I don't see how that relates to crowdfunding or even raising money or even, I mean, I can see what they're doing with like the different colors and the intersecting. I mean, maybe they're like, that's like we're all overlapping one type of thing, but it seems
it's a bunch of intertwined fingers shaking hands.
It's like, I don't know. It's like, it seems to me like Kickstarter has always been so straightforward. Now, that said, I've always supported Indiegogo because I love the platform and the people behind it. But that said, like, their marketing, like, I don't understand what the fuck the problem is. Like, why they can't seem to, do it. Because, you go to any event, Indiegogo's there. So I don't know. They've got some really great projects on here too. But
I haven't like done any like behind the scenes stuff on Indigo like recently, especially now with the update. Since I like I'm checking out your campaign or anything. I haven't like gone into the actual back end of the campaign.
Right.
Have they done a thing where you could update just people who donate?
No.
That's one of the things.
Yeah.
Also, they don't do their own videos. You have to link the videos from other places.
Right, exactly.
And I love that about Kickstarter, that you can do the updates only for people that back. So that way you can do private videos for like the people that donate and stuff like that.
Right.
And yeah, that's one of the things that I still don't know why they don't do that.
Yeah, I actually just uploaded today, as a matter of fact, on our Indiegogo campaign. I uploaded a new update. It's a video that I did in the car that we're going to be traveling to LA.
And we're going to be traveling?
I'm going to be traveling to LA in the Royal We. That we'll be traveling to LA in, and I wanted to kind of thank. I gave a bunch of thanks to a bunch of you guys that already donated and all of that kind of stuff. And I actually want to say another thank you to everyone else who has donated recently, because we've got just so many. We've got a lot of backers now. I mean, we're up to, I think it's like 39 backers. I'm actually going to go look at our
39.
Is it 30? Yeah, I'm on the page too now. I'm going to thank a few people by name just because we have the time. So give me 1 second here. Yeah, 39 funders, 39 backers. Now, I mean, I know this, now we're talking literally semantics, but what word do you like better, funder or backer?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't care.
Well,
as long as I'm getting money from fans.
Wow.
I like fans better.
That was kind of crass, wasn't it?
No, I like fans better.
I understand.
I don't know. I funder or backer. I don't know. A funder or backer. That just makes it seem like, I don't know. I like fans better.
I go with backer. Like for me, backer is a better term.
I guess so. Yeah, because funder makes it sound more business.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, even though like everything we've done has always been, with the exception of this show, obviously, has always tried to be more like business geared. Still, to me, saying funders sounds too.
I guess backers is just like they got your back. They're
I like that. They got your back. I like that. That was good. See, this is why Jerry should be doing marketing for companies like Kickstarter and Indiegogo. So I want to give some thanks to Michelle Simmons, Ken Flott, Mona Larson, S.J. Hexner Marquis. That's a long name. The folks over at RealClever.com. Those guys have always been really nice, and they're I believe they're Australian too. And it's like we always try to. I've been saying for like 2 years now, like, oh yeah, we'll chat sometime soon. We never get around to it because of the time difference.
Nathan, your name though, Real Clever.
Yeah, I dig it too. Yeah,
that's clever.
You see what they did there?
See what I did there?
Yeah. Nathan Oliver, Kimberly Mazer, MJ Slide, Sean Hackett. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm going to go through probably the last group that donated that hadn't gotten a shout out yet. Gary Plosky, Sean Fallon, and I think everything before that we've already said thank you to. So for all the new backers, I want to say thank you. We're getting there. We have 17 days left. We leave if we get over 2,000. Once we hit 2,000, the hard date is set for leaving on April 1st. That will be the hard date as long as we hit at least 2,000.
You're going to leave on April Fool's Day?
I'm leaving on April Fool's Day because only a fool would make this trip. And I'm the fool for you.
You should do that, because remember when I made fun of myself with my campaign? That didn't work. If people didn't like that, they don't get self-referential humor.
Yes, but see, here's the thing. It's also you, and you're cursed.
That's true.
That's why
I like the whole, like, there were people that are like, I didn't donate to your campaign because your $1,000 perk was, you're batshit crazy. You're like Gary Busey, you're batshit crazy enough to give me $1,000. and people are just like, you shouldn't be saying that people are crazy for giving you money. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
There's a joke in there. I guess it didn't go over well with you.
But I've been like, fine, I understand. Can I have $750?
It's like, fine, give me $9.99.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, there is an art form, I think, to asking for money from people, and it's like you do have to walk the line of, and I think it definitely depends on the project, depends on the people, depends also on the visibility of that person. Like someone like Kevin Smith could go try to raise money, and based on his his type of humor and style and the fact that people know him, he'd probably very easily be able to get away with being vulgar or crass or self-referential or anything like that, and people would get it.
It's kind of like, in order for you to be able to make fun of yourself, you have to be like famous.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like that's why Conan's allowed to make fun of how terrible his show is, or how low budget his show is and stuff, because it's Conan. And it's like, okay, well clearly he's joking because he's famous and he's wealthy and the show is great.
It was funny,
but but you gotta wonder, just look at like Rodney Dangerfield, right? He has the whole "I get no respect" thing. Did he have that routine before he was Rodney Dangerfield and famous? Did he have the "I get no respect"?
Yeah, that was always part of his.
Yeah, that was always part of it. How did he turn the "I get no respect" into everyone respecting him, but still being able to use the I get no respect and keep him?
And by the way, we got our extra $5. We're at 1900, so we have to tell the Panda Express story.
Well, before we tell that, maybe I should finish the 8-bit story. Interrupted, throwing to go under the bus.
That's fine. Well, hold on. But related to what literally we were just talking about, Devin Watson made a comment of, if you're an established brand name, people know what they're going to get and have bigger reach. Okay. I agree with that.
I concur.
Do you concur, Doctor?
I concur.
Doctor.
You concur?
I concur.
Why didn't I concur?
I love that movie. I'm sorry.
Such a good movie.
I love that flick. Like, I'm not really the largest Leonardo DiCaprio fan, but I really do love me some Catch Me If You Can.
That's true. And going back to, this has nothing to do with anything now, but the opening for The Adventures of Tintin, the title, is very similar to the music and stuff, and just the way, a lot of people said it's similar to the Catch Me If You Can opening. So that might be a reason why you might finally pop in the DVD. But going back to the 8-bit thing, really quick, because then we'll get to the vulgar story. So yeah, they basically tweeted to me after I followed them, and they were like, they said, we're thinking about doing a movie night. Do you have recommendations, and what do you think would be good for our audience and stuff? So I suggested Stuck Like Chuck, because they're a geek bar. I'm like, that's perfect. I found them through Kevin Smith, and I was like, that's a perfect venue to screen. So they were like, they wrote back and said, would love to keep in touch. I'd love to possibly do a screening of your film. And this could be a really good venue for a lot of independent films.
Yeah. By the way, what's their Twitter handle?
It's 8-bit STL. So at 8-bit STL. And they're kind of they don't have too many followers. They've been getting more since the Kevin Smith tweet, but it really looks like a cool place. Like I said, if I was in St. Louis, I would hang out at that place. So that's why I just thought I'd bring it up. Check it out, promote it to your friends, whatever. And if you have a film that you think might be good for that venue, keep that in mind, that if they reach their goal and they do finish the bar and everything, that would be a great place to screen some fun indie geeky movies.
Yeah, now that's not to say, don't throw your depressing fucking shitty drama stuff at them.
Yeah.
Like, if you got a comedy,
this is a bar. You want a bar crowd, but it's gonna be a little bit geekier.
Yeah, use your best judgment. So that was a little harsh, I think, but yeah.
Yeah, they're like, okay, audience, I know you guys like to make your melodramas, but not for this place.
Yeah, totally. But let's we are getting from our friend here, Darren Levine is requesting the Panda Express story. So Jerry and I were in Orlando, and of course Jerry was bugging me to go to some god awful place that we've already gone to eat 30 times, because that's how Jerry is. He finds one thing he likes, and that's what he sticks with. And
that's not true.
And so I was like, oh no, let's stop at Panda Express. They got a Panda Express here.
I was willing to go to Panda Express because I said I've never been to and I wanted to, and you were like, it's so good, you have to have it.
It is good.
So I agreed. I wasn't hesitant. I wanted to go to Steak and Shake because I always want to go to Steak and Shake.
That is true.
But
have you been to the one in Manhattan yet?
I was like, okay, fine, I'll go to Panda Express because I've never eaten Panda Express. And you were like, I can't believe you've never eaten it. So don't say I was like, oh, I didn't want to go there.
But see, that makes the story better, though.
Fine. Let's lie for the sake of entertainment.
Absolutely. And by the way, we did get another backer too, so hold on. Let's go ahead real quick. We're at 41 backers now. Our good friend, Mark Lewis. That's cool. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So $19.25. We are $75 away from being $2,000 funded, which at $2,000, we're $500 away from being 50%. So we're at 40-something% right now.
$75 and we'll actually finish the story.
Yeah, no. All right, so we're in Panda Express, and we both got our food. I sat down. Jerry was still ordering. I sat.
Yeah, because like I said, I've never been there, so I'm like Elaine at the counter of the Soup Nazis place, where I'm tapping on the counter, looking at all the different stuff, and they're like, "You want to try this?" I was like, "Yes, I do." So that's very good.
Let's also call a spade on this one too. I guarantee you were looking at goddamn prices too, because you are a cheap bastard.
No, prices are pretty much all the same. It's pretty much, it's like you choose 2 orders, and these things are an extra $1.
Right.
And I ended up splurging because the walnut chicken.
Treat yourself.
So good.
Treat yourself. All right.
I treated myself, and I paid an extra $1 for the walnut chicken.
Sorry. So anyway, I got my food, and I went and I got us our table, and I put like 1 bite of orange chicken into my mouth, chewed it, swallowed, and then I was just like, I have to hit the bathroom. I'll be right back. So
I was like, it's okay. I'm almost done. I'll come to the table and I'll look over your food. So
right.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
So I go into the bathroom, and needless to say, it was an experience. Clean bathroom, not like there was anything bad about the bathroom itself. I was actually really impressed with the cleanliness for a fast food place. So
for how the story ends, you were surprised that it's such a
I destroyed that bathroom with my anal explosion, which again, great college band name, Anal Explosion.
I was just gonna say that.
So if you got a garage band and you're considering a great name, Anal Explosion is the way to go. So
a pump band.
Now here's the thing. I'm in there for doing my thing. I'm a big guy, so it takes me a little bit of time. And but while I'm in there,
20 minutes.
You have to tell them that part.
I'll come in because this is my part, kind of. So I get my food and everything. Nick's in the bathroom maybe like 3 or 4 minutes at this point. I get my food, go to the table, I sit down, I get everything set up, take a single bite out of my food, and then immediately just feel my stomach just like exploding. Like I just get this rumbling in my stomach, and I'm like, oh my god. So then I'm like, I can't leave the food because like I don't want to just leave my food in the middle and go to the bathroom.
Right.
So I text Nick, and then Nick's like, it's only 1 stall.
Yeah, it was a single bathroom. It wasn't like a.
And I was like, oh shit. So I'm like, how long are you gonna be? And you're like, I'm gonna be in here a while.
Oh, dude, I was dying. Like I left that bathroom. My pants fit better. Like
Up a pants up.
I lost weight taking that shit. So
you lost an organ.
Dude, I swear to God, like I felt like I was at my prom and I had like a prom baby. Like it was that bad.
So so you're in the bathroom like a good 15 minutes while I'm just like squirming in my seat. And I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, I have to go so bad. And then I'm like, well, the food's gonna get cold, so I start eating it. probably not the best idea.
No.
But as I'm eating it, I'm just like, maybe it'll make the pain go away.
No, not even.
So I just keep texting you, and I'm like, hurry up. And you're just like, dude, give me 5 more minutes. I'm like, no.
But I finally came back, and then you came.
I see like the top of your hat coming out behind like these people that are saying, because there's old like tables in front of where the bathrooms are. So I just see like you behind it, and it's like the most glorious sight ever. You're like walking in slow motion behind me.
There were doves.
Like, yes, the bathroom is free. I just popped up from the seat as soon as I saw you, and I just ran past you into the bathroom. And now you just destroyed the bathroom. I go into a wall of stink, and it's just like I'm encased in this horrible bathroom. And I'm like, oh my god, what the hell?
But it was clean at least.
I'm like, I gotta close my. I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm just gonna have to like put my shirt over my face, over my nose.
You had to like ninja shirt it a little bit. You're just like one of these.
Yeah, I'm just like breathing. Well, I'm not looking at videos, so I don't know what the one of these is, but.
I put the shirt up over my nose.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, exactly. And I'm just like breathing the smell of Tag body spray. And I'm just like, okay, and I'm laying the toilet paper down in the seat because God knows what your ass did to it.
Oh, it was bad.
So finally, and I'm like, the bathroom was pretty clean when you were done with it. It just smelled awful. At least you like wiped the seat, if anything.
Oh yeah, I did. I totally did, because I know how you are. You know what I mean? So I was just like, I'll make sure that.
Literally, I'm just going to the bathroom, and then you're texting me. You're like, how is it? I just write back, glorious.
Glorious. Now, we told you that story to tell you this story. We go back to the theater.
I get out of the bathroom,
right?
And we just enjoy the meal.
No, we did.
We just go and we eat the meal, and we're like, okay. And then we get into the bath, we get into the car, and we're like, okay, let's head back to the theater because we're going to the Orlando Film Festival. That was our lunch. Like, let's go to the theater. And then as we're in the car going to the theater, both of us are like squirming in our seats, and we're like, oh god, we gotta go to the bathroom. It's just like collective, like, I know you have to go, you know I have to, we don't even have to say it.
No, not at this point.
So like we're like rushing to the theater, and we're like, because we were gonna stop at a Walmart because you have to pick something up, and we're like, fuck Walmart, let's just go straight to the theater.
Totally.
We get to the theater, do the parking, go through all the hassle and stuff, we get in the elevator, go down, go into the theater. We just blow right into the bathroom.
Right to the bathroom. We grabbed stall. You know, we left did we leave courtesy stalls next to each other? Was there a courtesy stall in between us?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we did that. So
yeah, there's a couple of stalls in there. So yeah, we run in, we go into the courtesy stall. So there's a space between us. I'm in my bathroom. I'm just like, okay, relaxing, just like avoiding the bowels of the Panda Express. You're just 2 stalls over. Mm-hmm. And then you just start talking to me.
Yeah. Well, and we should make a point to say, like, we're in a movie theater at a film festival, and this is how we're tying it into indie film. We are at the Orlando Film Festival. This is, how many days in are we at this point? A couple days?
Like 4 days.
4 days in, and so we are.
People know us, especially they'll know me because I'm wearing my Stuck Like Chuck shoes.
Right.
So anyone's like, hey, who's that guy stinking up the bathroom? Oh, the guy who wears the Stuck Like Chuck shoes. It's Jerry.
Yeah, totally. Like, yeah, that's the thing. Because obviously, if you've ever been in a fucking bathroom, the stalls don't go all the way to the floor. So, and I every time I've ever worked at an office building or anywhere, I've always tried to see the shoes of the person that is sitting next to me in a bathroom, because then you can tell who's basically a filthy fucker. You know what I mean? And especially, like, I listen, did they wash their hands? Because I'm not going to shake that guy's hand later. You know, like, I'm just very observant about things like that. And by the way, someone says, Darren Levine says, this is a story you're not supposed to tell others. You're supposed to deny its existence. And then he called it battle shits.
I thought it was worth the fun.
Dude, that's got to be a thing.
The story's not over yet.
Oh yeah, we're not done yet. So we're talking back and forth, and then someone walks in.
Ooh, unbeknownst to us.
Unbeknownst to us, but knownst to them. Go ahead, Jerry. I'll allow you to.
What was the, what did I say? I was just like, how you doing over there? Or something to you. And what did you say? It was like the most vulgar way of describing that you were going to the bathroom.
I'm sure it was something like, I am absolutely just...
You were just like, you were like, I've got a chocolate army blowing out of my ass or something like that.
What,
like,
a chocolate army? I don't even remember. I wish I had said that. Like, it was just like, we're storming the beaches of Normandy or something on this, or like it was. Yeah, whatever it was, like it was definitely something just like I just destroyed this toilet. Like I feel like I'm giving birth, or whatever it was.
That
it was bad.
One of the things you said, because you said a couple of things. One of them was I'm giving birth out of my ass.
That's what it was. I was giving birth out of my ass. Yeah.
Yeah, and then.
And Devin Watson says you sunk my battleship. B5 hit. Oh man.
Then what did the guy say?
He said, that's the thing. That's the part of the thing I don't remember. I was going to rely on you for that bit because you're usually really good about remembering shit like that.
I don't remember what he said. He said something so innocently though. Like it wasn't like he was disgusted or anything.
Oh no! Wasn't the guy just like
conversation?
Didn't the guy just say like "good to know" or something like that? Like he was just very matter of factly joining into our private conversation.
Joined the conversation.
Yeah.
Because then he goes, because then you were like, oh, he was like, yeah, not doing too good here. So, and then the guy said, where'd you go? And then you said, Kansas Express. And I'm like, Nick, stop talking to this picture about your head. And then he's just like, oh, he goes, he goes, oh yeah, I stay away from there. And you're just like, oh yeah, I'm blowing out my ass. This guy just seemed cool, so you were just like matter of factly just saying like, explaining your vowels to him. And I'm just in the store kind of like, oh my god, they know who I am because of my
Well, you and I were texting back and forth next to each other too, at the same time.
I mean, and I texted you to shut up.
Yeah, it was
like, no, stop.
Now, I find that I leave way more dignity behind at film festivals than I do any other type of like industry thing I participate in. It's just you get to a point when you're a few days into a festival where it's just like I'm already tired. I've already met everybody. I've seen, if I'm lucky, I've seen a bunch of flicks. In our case, it's like we've interviewed the world. You know what I mean? And it's just like, at this point, I don't give a shit who knows what, that I'm taking a dump. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, guys, well, you need to deal with this. This is what's happening next. But the fact is that the Panda Express destroyed both of us. Like the power of the Panda. The power of the Panda.
The food touched my taste buds.
It was like an Olympic event of synchronized shitting. It was, I've never seen anything like, and by the way, if we had an audience before this, they've got to be fucking gone by now.
It was like that Family Guy when Peter is versing Michael Moore in the shitter.
Yes. Yeah, it was bad. So,
tying that into St. Louis, they're going to name a shitter after Kevin Smith.
Boom! Landed! Nice! Gotta love it. By the way, I followed 8-Bit, and they followed us back, and they said, thanks for the follow. Not a film, but we'd love for you to check out our Geek Bar Kickstarter campaign. So I retweeted it for them. So hopefully you guys out there check that out and give them a look at. I'm actually really, really excited because I like unique stuff like that, geek stuff like that, and it actually ties into something that Jerry has in mind that he put in a script like a year ago. So hopefully that can tie in at some point. And by Devin Watson says, both of you committed desecration on that bathroom. They must have needed an exorcist in there after you left.
Yeah, they came in there with the bell-booking candle to expel the spirits.
Oh, the fucking power of Christ compelled us. Oh, it was bad. But yeah, so...
And then afterwards, we did a lovely interview with a nice filmmaker.
We did. We definitely did, We probably had to go back later for a maintenance wipe, but, whatever. No,
I took care of that while I was in there the first time.
No, it was weird. I mean, but that's the thing.
Disgusting.
That's the thing with film festivals too, is that you are so not only you're out of your
shit next to
you never know. Imagine if that was like a producer or like a like an industry person who happened to be a distributor.
You walk out and it was Allison Brie. You're like, oh shit, I'm in the ladies' room.
No, it was like Haley Joel Osment. Yeah, definitely. No,
you smell dead people?
Nice.
Too bad that wasn't the year that they were there.
I know, right? Yeah. They didn't really have a lot of famous people there last year, did they?
Now this year, they scaled it back this year, so that way they can focus on making next year better.
Yeah, I hope so. I like the Orlando Film Festival. I'm really hoping that they that the things. I don't want to say
this
things.
was a glowing endorsement for it. Orlando Film Festival, a great place to shit.
Oh, totally. Great clean bathrooms.
It's a great bathroom.
It really is. Like, I'm like George Costanza. Like, I'm one of those people that's just like, I will tell you anywhere in this city where there's a good bathroom. Like, you name a street, I'll tell you the building and where to go in the building, and it's got the best bathroom. Like, I'm not obsessive about it, but like, I like to shit in a clean environment. Like, I'm not one of those people, like, I'm not like train spotting where like you can, in that bathroom, like, fuck no. I would just as soon shit my pants than have to shit in a bathroom like that. Because my pants would be cleaner. Yeah, it's
Not after.
I think even after. But yeah, I'm really, for lack of a better term, anal about that. You know what I mean?
You're the one that taught me the secret that you got to go to the family bathroom in the back of the Walmart because
Yes.
it's much cleaner than the one in the front.
Yeah,
and I have used that to this day. Because I was genuinely surprised by how nice they kept their family bathroom.
Yep. Yeah,
Every time, like, I always held it in. I'm like, oh. They're like, you want to stop, go to the gas station, go to the... I'm like, no, I'll hold up for Walmart. There's 1 in 10 minutes anyway. There's always 1 in 10 minutes.
everyone, it was like, when are we going to be at 10 minutes? It's like Massachusetts. Like, I'm 20 minutes away from anywhere.
Oh, shit, we missed the Walmart. I'm like, that's okay, that's 6 minutes away.
And the other trick I have with Walmart too is, regardless of what I need to buy, I typically always use the checkout in the electronics section. I could be buying a washer and dryer, and I will still use the checkout in the electronics section because there's typically less of a line there than there is in the front of the building.
Washer and dryer, that's like just a weird...
I was just trying to think, like, what's the not the weirdest thing you could buy at Walmart, but like what's the...
buying a shirt.
I was just like, what's the most non-electronics related item that I could...
So a washer and dryer is non-electronics related? It's more non-electronics related than a shirt?
Look, I was just going with what I could think
I
of.
called you out on it.
Ah, fuck you, guy. Oh, this is why you need to not work with me anymore.
Collaboration.
Collaboration. See, we tied the whole episode together right there. So, which reminds me, dude, like, I was scared we wouldn't have enough material to talk about for this entire hour.
We were about shit for 30 minutes.
We talked about literally shit for 30 minutes. So when people ask you guys, so what was the topic of FilmSnobbery? They talked a lot of shit.
Massive dump.
No, they know that. They talked a lot of shit. That's what they did. They talked a lot of shit. But yeah.
They talked about synchronized shitting at the Orlando.
They had that music playing in the background.
It was like an Olympic event.
It was, dude. It was just like, and drop and pop and squat and...
And lift the left leg.
Oh, dude. Give it a little shake, you know?
Leg.
Oh, man, it was bad. And grip the sides. It was...
And to the right.
Yeah,
to the right.
Back into the left. Back into the left. Yeah, it was good. I love the Orlando Film Festival. I will have to travel a lot longer to have that same experience again because,
And not in the car with me.
And it sucks for Jerry because Jerry doesn't drive. So, and it's not like I'm going to drive cross country to go to Orlando. So I'm wondering, like, what's our future of going to that festival? Like, is it going to be that you eventually get a car and learn how to drive, and then I fly to your place and we drive? We'll both fly down?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess that's what we'll have to do. But
even if I got a car, I'm not going to drive to Orlando by myself.
Why not? I'm driving to LA by myself.
Yeah, but you're probably going to get raped along the way.
That's probably true. That's probably true. But I welcome our new overlords. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, what the hell? Are you going to get raped by aliens in a lot of desert?
I'm going through Texas. It's probably going to be, not Texas, Kansas. So I'm going through Kansas, so I'll probably get abducted. I don't know where we're going with that. See, I was going to tie up the show in a nice fucking bow, and then you just like opened your mouth and killed it for me.
How did I kill it? You welcome to overlords that were raping.
Yeah, but before that, You were the one who's like, rape, which isn't funny, sir. Rape is not funny.
I'm going to grape you in the mouth. That's the best way is Kid You Know sketch.
There you go. Lovely.
Do you even know what that is?
No.
Oh, it's such a good sketch. And you just said rape isn't funny, and that the whole thing is they're doing a pitch week for a grape soda company, and their slogan is, we're going to grape you in the mouth. And so this guy that's just like in the grape is like, I'm going to grape you kids. And it's so funny.
Nice.
So, rape could be funny in that type of
context,
situation, but not in the real world.
Nice justification, Jerry. So that said, folks, we're going to be...
get the show like 2 minutes earlier. Let's just like cut 2 minutes of this out.
I'm too lazy for that, so I'm just going to...
I'm just about how rape is funny and talking about...
Or you could just let me finish the show, you fuck. So here's the thing, guys. We've got... according to this, 17 more days to go for our campaign. So hopefully, if you like what you've heard here tonight, you will decide to continue giving. We really do have a lot of great plans for what we want to do for independent film and filmmakers when we get out to LA. We can't talk about a lot of the details of a lot of them, but I guarantee you it's going to be more than just FilmSnobbery Live and screening series and stuff like that. We really have some cool stuff lined up. It's just gathering our resources, getting settled, and getting to work. So we're really excited about that. We encourage everyone, if you can, to just give generously if you're able to. We're at 1,900.
And even if you can't give money, give time. Just like tweet out about the campaign, tell some friends.
Facebook it.
We appreciate that just as much.
Google Plus One it.
I still won't like that.
I know. There's no way to like...
There's no cool way to say this. Oh, you tweet it out.
You could do what I did. You could create a Pinterest board and you could pinned it that shit.
Pinned it.
Yes, you could pinned it that shit.
Pinned it.
Pinned it.
Yeah, you're on Pinterest now?
I'm on Pinterest, yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't signed up.
I know. We had that conversation.
Yeah, but you were on my side of the conversation last time. You're like, yeah, I don't see any value in it.
I really don't. I still don't see any value of it, but I'm on it. It's just because the only value I see is that if people see the value of what we put up there. Like if I'm posting about other people's campaigns, if I'm posting about movie websites or filmmakers or movies or something, whatever, like then there's value not to me but to other people. You know what I'm saying? So. I'm hoping that will be I'm hoping that in the future there will be a thing for that. But yeah. Anyway, that said, you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/filmsnobbery. Follow Jerry, Cavallaro.com, twitter.com/getstuck. I fucked it up, so I tried to save it a little bit there.
Well, it kind of was fine until you said you fucked it up. I
know, but whatever. You can also fan us, like us, whatever the hell they want to call it now on Facebook.
Like us.
Facebook.com/FilmSnobbery, which
I'm so mad that they changed it to like. I mean, I know it's been a while, but I still like fan because I used to say, please F us. It would befriend us on MySpace, fan us on Facebook, and...
Farm us on Farmville.
Twitter. And follow us on Twitter.
Right.
So I used to say, please F me and stuff. And I thought that was funny.
And you're surprised that you've gotten 0 responses to that.
I got a lot of responses from very nice men.
So I can't get rid of this cough. I literally have had this cough since January. I'm probably dying, but whatever. It is. It's the Sundance cough. So, anyway, yeah, so definitely check out what we're doing there. If you can, Indiegogo.com/movingforward is our Indiegogo project. You can go ahead and, go to that project also to keep up and updates. We've got more updates coming about some of the stuff that we're doing, some people joining the team. People, I put up a video today. We've got a map up there with our route that we're going to be taking. And, if you guys want us to see you somewhere along that route, let us know. We'll make a stop. By we, I mean I. We'll make a stop if it's not too far out of the way. And that said, we've got another show coming up again next week and the week after, and that's it. We're going on hiatus until we're in the new studio and we kind of retool a little bit, and I'm very, very excited. Things are moving forward, and I'm always excited to see that. So
It's a shame though that this is like the last time that we're gonna do one of these old school bullshit talk about anything, me and you just chatting conversation shows.
quite possibly. So we've only got 2 more shows left, and I think both of them have guests, but I think one of them just isn't 100% confirmed yet. So we'll see. But March 29th is our last show, and we get in the car, and I leave April 1st, and that's all there is to that. So hold on, I'm going to try the new end thing here, the sign off. So all right, ready? So you go ahead and make sure to check out everything we're doing here at FilmSnobbery.com every day, and until next week, be indie. Does that work? You like that?
I think stay indie would make more sense. Until next week, be indie. It's like always remember to be indie. That would make more sense grammatically.
I hate you so much. We're still on, by the way.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, but we're still on. So be indie.
Jerry Cavallaro.com.
Be